Hey, welcome back. This is Orphan Car Garage. This is my YouTube channel. My name is John, and we're located in Abington, Massachusetts, which is about 30 minutes south of Boston. We've been rolling out some pretty cool rides for you this summer. This car in front of me is no exception. It's a Roadster from the Buick division of General Motors, sort of an unusual obscurity here in front of us. Built at a time when the Americans had decided to sort of get into the Roadster game to compete with the Europeans, like the ever popular Mercedes SL. Chrysler tried it with their TC Maserati. Of course, Cadillac with their Elante. And a little bit lesser known car here in front of us, the Buick Reatta. Now, I've owned all three models of this. I've many Chrysler TC Maseratis I've owned. I've owned a handful of Cadillac Elantes and a couple of these Reattas. And I gotta say, of the three, they all have their high and low points for sure. But the Reatta to me is my favorite. It's sort of the best combination of all three. Comfortable, not too techy, easy to repair. Mechanically, the parts are going to be easily found. There's a large following for these cars. There's a Reatta club. There's a Reatta parts distributor down in, I believe, Maryland. So Reattas in general, I think, are a nice combination of all three of those American Roadsters. Fairly rare too. The Reatta was introduced by Buick as their halo car in 1988. It was only available as a coupe. In 1990, they introduced this real sporty convertible, and the convertible only lasted its final 2 years of production, which was 90 and 91. The convertibles are rare. Less than 2,500 were built total over those two model years, 1990 and 91. And to make this car even more rare is its color. Most of these Reattas you find are red, or they're white. A lot of red ones, a lot of white ones out there. Some of the colors are more rare than others. This is my favorite color, and that's why I sought out this particular car. I think it sets the convertible look off perfectly. I don't think there's another color really that can match this one as far as these cars go. And it's called Maui Blue. Now, I read an article that they only built 156 of these convertibles in Maui Blue. Don't quote me on that. I read it online. Of course, we always can't believe everything we read online, but I believe that that number is probably pretty darn close because I've done a lot of research on these cars. I'm always watching these cars when they're for sale, and this color is rarely found. And again, it's my favorite color. This particular car I purchased from a collector down south, and he had purchased it from a gentleman that actually worked at the Reatta Design Center. This car was almost hand-built. These cars were not built on a traditional assembly line. They were built at what they called the Reatta Craft Center. There was a dedicated group of workers that built these cars, and these cars went from station to station within that building, and each worker had their own job in building this car almost by hand. It's built on a shorter platform that the Buick Riviera was built on around the same generation. If you look at the dashboard and the seating, they are very similar to a same year Buick Riviera. These cars are all powered by the super reliable 3800 GM engine, the Buick 3800 motor. Moves this car down the road very nicely. I think it's a perfect combination of powertrain. They were all automatic transmissions. This car has just over 68,000 original miles, all its original paint. We have a clean Carfax report on this car. Obviously, always maintained, obviously by that gentleman that worked on the design team for this car, which is kind of cool note of history on this particular one. All these cars were basically fully equipped, as you see. There were two options that were available on these cars, and this car is equipped with both of them. One option is the auxiliary CD player that you see down there below the radio. This car is equipped with that option, and it's also equipped with the 16-way power seat, which was the only other option available on this car. And you can tell those cars have that option by that control panel right there next to the driver's seat. Everything in the car operates: the air conditioning, climate control, the digital dash, the ABS brakes on this car work fine. The only thing that I will point out is the original Delco stereo is a little temperamental. One day it works like a charm, and the next day it's a little cantankerous. Very typical for these cars. Rebuilt units are available if it bothers you that much. Hardly a scratch to be had on this car. Beautiful trim, lenses. That Riata emblem there at the center of the grill. Not a whole lot to pick apart here. Dead bug there from me. I've been driving this car pretty regularly this summer. Fog lights, standard equipment on this car. Very, very, very nice presentation. These cars are not hard to find considering how rare they are. However, one this color is hard to find, and one in this kind of condition is hard to find. A lot of these became 2, 3, 4, trade-in hand-me-downs, and they kind of got used up a little bit. A lot of them have a lot of miles on them, which is a good testimony to the reliability of that 3800 engine. This car has all its original glass. It's soft ray tinted glass. Again, nice trim. Nothing really to speak of as far as paint flaws or scratches or dings really anywhere on the car. We had this paint professionally corrected when we got it. All its original 15-inch wheels. Very nice center caps. Those center caps sometimes can corrode on these cars, and this car has all 4 in really, really nice condition. One little tiny flaw in the paint up here on the hood that I'm going to say might be factory. Right there. It's a weird shading. It's probably a spot about the size of a dime. You really don't see it when you back up. Kind of odd. It almost looks like it's under the paint from the factory, because as far as we know, this is all original paint on this car. These cars have a roomy trunk. They have a manual soft top, which is nice to see. The power pull downs on the TC Maseratis never work, and the 26-way power top on the Alante, you need an engineering degree to up, raise, and lower. And there's a lot of buttons and solenoids and pull downs on that are very temperamental as well. This car has a I may as well show it to you, very, very simple soft top setup. Right here behind the driver's seat, you've got a storage compartment and a release. You need power at the ignition for that to work. There you go. And there's your soft top right there. Folds up manually. This car has a brand new looking white soft top. It's not brand new, it's original, but it looks absolutely brand new. There'll be pictures of this car with the roof up on my website, orphancargarage.com. Super, super easy soft top to operate up and down. I can't stress that enough. Not all the 1990s Roadsters can say that. Really nicely bolstered seats. We've got a blue leather interior to match the Maui blue exterior. The digital dash, that is not blinking. That's just how it comes across on the camera. It is not blinking. I guarantee you go. See, the closer I get, 68,559 miles. Starts up and runs great. ABS lights go out like they should. The ABS in this car has been serviced. An unused ashtray. As I said, the climate control works. Got the original owner's manual in there. Fuel door release and a trunk release. Nice tidy trunk compartment with the service manual from Buick. And we also have a new shift indicator here that I plan on installing before the car is delivered to its next owner. The one in the car is just a little worn. I'll show you that before we hang up. Nice carpeted trunk here with no stains. No rust on this car whatsoever. All the panels VIN'd. Nice burble from that exhaust. Got a dual exhaust under there from the factory. I believe that's been replaced. I think I have a receipt for that. So see that shift indicator? Just a little gunky, not bad, but this car was nice enough that I was able to source a really nice replacement, and I will be changing that within the next few days. There we go. Split pistons work, that's nice to see. Very clean engine bay. It has an updated coil pack. This is the 1991 style, which was much more reliable than the 1990 style. We updated that. That's been replaced. Really the only soft spot on these motors is the coil packs, and it's been done. Very, very nice. Fresh oil change. Here's your ABS unit. That's been serviced, flushed, and that accumulator bottle has been replaced. That holds the vacuum and it's very common to leak if it's still original. That one's not original, it's been replaced. Very, very nice. The headlight doors pop up with no issues. Really not a whole lot to poke fun of on this car. It's very, very drivable. This is a fun car. I've had a lot of enjoyment this summer driving this car, but it's time to let it go. As I say all the time, we can't keep them all. Check out the photos of this car on my gallery website, the website gallery, orphancargarage.com. Find us on Facebook, like us here, and subscribe to us here on YouTube. I always have some really cool, fun stuff to show you guys. I always try to keep it fun and interesting, everything from the 20s to the 90s, and even a little beyond, as you can tell. So give me a call if you're interested. Orphan Car Garage pricing on this Reatta, this rare 1990 Buick Reatta Roadster, $10,900. Just $10,900 for this obscure Roadster from Buick in a rare color of Maui blue. Supposedly 156 only built. Give me a call, 508-954-8090. Again, my website, orphancargarage.com. Subscribe to me here, you won't regret it. Appreciate all the support I get out there from you guys, all the positive comments and feedback. It keeps me going. That's why I got in this business. Really appreciate that. And until the next one, we'll see you down the road.